know, look, there's a cross. Praise the Lord. I saw like some QAnon. Who knows? Who knows if they're really QAnon? I don't know. The thing is, a QAnon posted something on Getter, and it's a video he's commenting on of a black woman with 7 kids saying the government, with the government, and this is the thing, people like to look at this lady and harass her and say, oh, this, oh, that, this. He goes, how about you, this is what he's posted, how about you stop spreading your legs or shut your legs and get a job. The thing is, 7 kids is a job, okay? If this woman doesn't have a husband, she could be a widow. Why would you say something like that? I don't know what her background is. Tell you the truth, I didn't go digging into her business. But people like her do exist. She doesn't look like a crackhead to me. Looks like a pretty normal person. Welfare and taxes, there should be a portion of it in all fairness and Christendom and ethos of Christ to help the widows, the poor, handicapped people or injured people, temporarily disabled or whatever, afflicted. Okay, if they don't have money like that, these are the type of people that need help with either housing or food or some type of cash or medicine or whatever they require for basic human rights. Universal human rights is a real thing. It's not just a money thing. This is real life. These are real souls. These are God's children. These are real people. Okay? This is why I defend animal rights too, because this shit's gotten into a death racket of total bullshit, fake science and Satanism and witchcraft and evil report, total bullshit and fake vaccines and biochemical terror witch attack crap. Alright? Point is, if the taxes were spent on helping people like this with their 7 kids, what do I care? That's normal to me. That shouldn't be questioned. And I'm not a pederast. The saint said, and you should read the didac over there, QAnon. Don't practice pederasty. You want to insult someone the right way, because if somebody really is a fucking piece of shit, it's got to be, like Jesus said, even if that mother had those children in sin, which I'm not saying she did, she might not have. That's the thing, you don't even know. You can't say, oh, this and that, oh, you fornicated and made a baby, oh, so what? People make mistakes. Jesus said flesh sins are worse flesh sins, not worse, are not as bad as soul sins. So like fake science and torturing animals all day for no good reason to collect money. $10 billion a year goes to the CDC out of tax appropriations. Cut that $10 billion and give it to these mothers, these single mothers. And whether they had their kid in wedlock or not isn't my question, because I would help any of them anyway. Like I said, she's not there smoking crack all day. Her kids look like they're healthy. So she's doing her job. Some jobs people don't get paid money for. It's called life itself. There's animals out here in the forest. When they have a rabbit has babies, or, a deer has its babies, what is it supposed to do? It has to take care of the babies and feed the babies and make them strong and grow up healthy. It has to spend real time with the babies. This whole nanny state of fake feminist freedom bullshit with, oh, take a single mother, go get a job. Well, you got to pay for a daycare for 7 kids. It comes out as a wash. All your money would go to daycare. So you're like, oh, well, then have government-sponsored daycare. Sure, that'll be something to help. The churches sometimes do things like that, but U.S. aid, auto pen, CDC, $10 billion a year, UN, WHO, all these shady, weird, in-betweener slavery contracts, foreign money, blah, 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 all Joe Biden's crap, all that can stop. And then no one should bitch if orphans, widows, single mothers, the poor, the afflicted get help. Those are the reasons why taxes get kicked back to the people, is because of these situations. You can't keep squeezing down and wrenching down on the poor and single parents and people in poverty of money. What would be worse would be if she couldn't spend any time with 7 children, and then they turn into troublemaking little evil criminal brats. it's better she spend the time with them. They're her own children. Do you want to rob single mothers of their ability to actually be with their children in their formative years? Think about what you're saying and where the hate's coming from. This is something I find like ignorant extremist Dems who don't think through all their thoughts say shit like this. And maybe ignorant rhino like Republicans that do the same thing. Because it's not that you're Dem or Republican in this case. It's not that you're trying to be fair and help everyone in the middle of the road. It's that you're committing pederasty and you're simple-minded. You know? Simple-mindedness is a problem when it's too simple, when it's like, this situation has more to it. You can't just say, oh, stop spreading your legs, I'm not paying you. That doesn't help the children eat. That doesn't help the woman keep her children in her home healthy. Know what does? Mercy. God says in the Bible, the blessings of giving are much greater. They're much more. Again, if people actually wanted to help the real people that needed the help, while this, you know, the poor, I'm poor. I live in a tent and I have a job, and all they've done is cut my hours this whole year. And I don't get paid a lot of money at all. I have 2 dogs. I found these dogs in South Carolina abandoned. All right? At a church. Totally abandoned. I took these dogs and I take care of them because I saw dogs hit by cars on the side of the road when I was down in Georgia and South Carolina hiking. And I said, I don't want these 2 dogs to end up that way. There's a highway only 2 miles away. All right? So think about it, like, you have to actually take real time and show real care to real life, especially if it's innocent or helpless or it's young or it's your own children or it's adopted children, whatever. It doesn't matter. The point is they're supposed to be taken care of. You know, what was the Mexicans doing was pimping all their orphans and taking their money, hoarding it as much as possible while they pimped all these kids across the nation in trap houses or scumbag places or crooked fake churches or whatever they had going on. Just like the Vatican dirty files and Christ Church over there in the UK. Remember the Hampstead 2? Well, it was more like the Hampstead 250 a year. And they try to deny that. Oh, the kids are lying. The kids are lying. Don't listen. That's those type of people. Now, I looked up the kids' doctors' reports from 3 different doctors and all that. Those kids were telling the truth. They were getting pimped, slaved, and raped while they were at school. They were getting driven around and pimped. I don't need that going on. I need people to be giving and merciful in areas where people don't have to be pimped and fucked in the ass to get basic human rights covered and basic help, food, shelter, medicine. Okay? That is fucking sadistic, whacked out, satanic bullshit that's been going on. People have been too harsh on people. You know, fuck the CDC, fuck the UN, fuck AutoPen, fuck Joe Biden's stunt double and all you agents that work between White House and Hollywood. You whatever fucking New World Order, One World Order bullshitters, fucking Actors Guild that does fucking frauds up to the level of treasonous frauds. You people need to be in prison. I don't need no stunt doubles of presidents. So, we want to keep a power play position, a bitch boy, puppet, yes man, for the New World Order foreign league of fucking satanic pieces of shit that tricked our country into thinking to give the UN fucking money. Fuck the UN. Take care of that black lady and her kids. It's not because she's black. I'm just saying. I know, though, that people look at black people sometimes. There's two types of black people. There's the black people that are crackhead assholes that would sell their kid over to P. Diddy and say, good, go rape my kids, just give me some money for crack. Okay? And there's white people that did that shit, too. Like Joe Biden's friends probably, or Hillary Clinton's walnut salt supply, or you Haitians, or Chinese, or the CIA. Yeah, again, when the country's been funding terrorism from within because everybody was infiltrated with Satanists and terrorists and foreign terrorists, okay, they were funding terrorism before. That shit's ending. Trump is our David of the day. He's our King David of the day. Trump is God, an instrument of God to straighten this disgusting evil mess out and get us some nationalistic, real morals and pride here, all right? Anyway, think about what you say. Don't jump on people's back just because they have a lot of kids. She could have had a husband. Who knows what could have happened? It doesn't matter. It's really not your business to judge her for that. It's really not that big of a sin. Even if you had kids in fornication, Jesus says soul sins are worse than flesh sins. You know, some are supposed to have children for the seed or for the flesh, whatever it says in the Bible. And if you don't believe the Bible, that's your problem. I know I'm right, and I know it's true. I know God's real. You know, and I'll accept the full unlimited aspect of God, and I won't limit God. Like Luke said, don't limit God. Don't put God in a box and say, oh no, I need the CDC to tell me what to do. We need to torture animals and act like Satan and make no sense because we want to limit God. Lie about God. Fuck you, scumbags. Alright. Take care of the poor. God says in the Bible, when you help the poor, you help me. So God is also telling you one of the things I do is help the poor. I'm in the poor too. There's bad poor. Again, there's two different types of poor people. Like, there's bad poor, and there's even fake poor. Okay, that they're out there doing something else, pretend to be poor, hustling people. I've seen that. Okay, Philadelphia. Yeah, I've come face to face with these people and I had a guy tell me he holds a door to 7-Eleven down on Delaware Ave. You know, he makes like $200 a day, maybe a little more some days on good days. You know, I thought I'm sitting there driving, delivering fucking food all over the city on my bike, barely making any money, slave labor. I'm thinking this guy's doing pretty well, fucking holding the door outside of 7-Eleven. People would think he's homeless. Oh, he's a homeless black guy. Oh, this is where stereotyping goes wrong. Oh, I gotta give him some money. I feel bad for him. No one felt bad for me. You see what I mean? That's how I get stereotyped too. Oh, she's white. It's okay. Oh, she's this. She must have it easy. Yeah. It's not always like, these stereotypes don't work. The point is, there's fake poor people out there. At least that guy, though, was like a security layer for them, as a business and for the people who use the business.